afternoon. It's actually evening. It's 7:02. I gotta get around, go out and milk. But I wanted to give you guys a different plan of the barn because I ran it by my husband and he thinks that we should reverse it. So I'll let you guys kind of see how that is. I'm trying to watch my bucket so I don't overfill it too bad. Get another gallon of water here going and see what you guys think. He wants to do a whole 40-foot lean-to down the side where my door and window's at. So that means I would have to move my door and window somewhere else. And then have an additional 20 feet added on to the front of it, take the face off where our roll-up door is at and have that put on the very front of the barn. Add the other 20 feet onto our 20 feet that's there. And go from there with it, because he wants to use the other side that's facing this direction to be for hay storage, and he thinks 40 feet by another 20 feet would be more than enough to store all the hay we need, which could be, but I wasn't thinking like an additional 20 feet. I was thinking like 10 feet on the 20 feet, you know, like it is on the other lean-to, because that's 10 feet but 20 feet long. So we're going to have to see how that ends up being and go from there. So while we're out here, we're going to check on Odessa. And tomorrow is the 15th. So she technically is either due the 15th or the 25th. So we either due tomorrow, which I don't see an utter change. It's just a little bigger. Those are still pretty tight. She has dropped though. She doesn't look as pregnant, but she's very deep bodied. Right, Cal? Smile, Cal. Ariel. There's Willow. Yes. So, I'm going to tell you guys where we're going to actually add on to the barn. So I was telling my husband last weekend, you know, that I wanted to add on to the back of this, and he's like, I'll take you over there. He goes, well, this I need to know, but do you see how much from the bottom of this barn to way up there, how much dirt I have to take off this to get this level? Because he's like, I don't know if it's still down here, but he counted like where it would be. It probably is already gone because we've already had snow. But it was somewhere in here. But he's like, all this, he's like, you're talking, that's like 5 feet worth of dirt that's got to come out of there. And he's like, and then I got to kind of go even further because I don't want water running down in the barn like we got already going on. He's like, why don't you just put it on the front of the barn? I was like, why didn't I think of that? So, but he wants a lean-to come out clear to like here. Like to here. So I'm talking here to there, which I think is probably 20 feet, maybe 15, maybe. But he wants it 40 feet length of the, you know, because we'll add 20 feet onto it. So 40 feet of a lean-to. So that means I'd have to move this and move that, because I'd probably put this on the back side of it. So I'd still have light. So I told him what I wanted to do with the inside of the barn. We'll add 20 feet to this, which probably would take it probably just past where Jack and Jill's barrier is. It just past that probably would get that. And then the 20-foot lean-to would probably bring it to about the middle of Jack and Jill's hut to there. So my girls are so goofy. That's where we're going to end up putting the barn at, which I think would be a better idea, because my husband's like, you know, this is already mainly leveled off. He just had to, he'd want to put some pretty good sand in, he said, first, and make sure, you know, and I'll still, oh, I gotta plug this light back in, I almost forgot. I know, babies, and I gotta grab my stuff. To still do what I want to do. And I had a friend that I was talking to, and I told her, I said, I can't sell these 2 kids. And she's like, well, what are you trying to sell them for? And I told her, and she's like, Jamie, you should, that's like cheap. She said, you should be selling them for another $200 more than that, minimum. She's like, but you want to be able to produce milk and have a lot of raw milk shareholders. And I said, yep, I do. And she's like, I think it's a higher power telling you, and a reason why you're being blocked from selling them, because you're supposed to keep them. I was like, yeah, maybe so. Cecil, you're a character, boy. So I think all of them are going to be kept. Miss Little Cassidy and Clarissa. I thought about trading my dad, keeping Misty, and actually giving my dad Clarissa or Cassidy instead. But we'll see. I don't know. I was really bonded to her because I thought she was going to die when I found her, and I wasn't even sure she was going to live, and she's a fighter for sure. Very nice bloodlines. And she is my favorite color too. A Swiss. So hopefully I get a Swiss out of Odessa too, which will be retained. But yep, I'm already thinking of who I'm going to breed to. I got to write everything down and really think about it, because I'm not going to AI this fall, but I want to get me a AI liquid nitrous tank to be able to store the semen in. And I've got about 14, maybe, I think about 14 different bucks I would like to breed to. And if I'm going to end up keeping, for say, some Americans, I might as well look into some American top milk producing lines, like Redwood Hills, for instance. That's all they have are Americans. So I could really look into some of that and just breed my Americans to those and my Frenches to the others. So that's what we got going on. The sun went down. The snow's kind of melted. The sun was out today. It's right in the gully here is about all the snow we got left, and a little bit up there. But everything else seems to have about melted all. Just have a few snow that's left. We still have cold temps for like, we're supposed to be like 48 on Friday. Today is Tuesday, so 48 on Friday, 32 on Saturday, 34 on Sunday with snow. And then we go through the week. I can't remember. But then we start warming back up, and it seems to be staying in the 50s for almost a week straight. And we're going to rent a not a Bobcat, a Kubota mini skid steer to do some of our work that we need to get done. Like around the barn, for instance. My husband wants to get some other stuff done and dug out while we have it for a weekend. And it's something he's thinking about possibly buying after we get our Kubota skid steer paid off. Which I agree, I think we could use it because we've got lots of work we still have to do for many years. But thank you everybody for watching. Please subscribe if you're new. Thank you to all the new subscribers. We were up to 1815, I think, and now we're back down to 1810, but life is life. So thank you again. Till next time.